Yesterday we started our rain lesson. Where does it come from? And we discussed a few points. What is the importance of the rain, and what are the sources of the rain, and how is it useful for us, and what are the factors influencing for the effect of rain. Means frequently we are not having that. And we discussed about three states of water: solid, liquid and gaseous. And next we discussed about interchangeable reaction. And next what is evaporation we discussed. There I told the process of water changing to water vapor is called evaporation. So the process of water changing into water vapor is called evaporation. We discussed yesterday. Then today's point, what is happening to that water which gets evaporated? For that we took an example what happens in our house when we are taking the water. When we are trying to boil the water, how the water warms up, it heats, boils, and how it converts into water vapor, and how it mixes with the atmospheric air we discussed. Then in the same way, what happens? The water which is present in the water bodies also, because of the sun's heat, it gets evaporated, mixes with the air, and converts into moisture and forms the clouds. And to our surroundings, we will see that what is that? For suppose I took a glass of water. Can you see any? The outer surface will be normal. Now I just kept some 4 to 5 ice cubes in that water. What happens after few minutes? You can see that the water droplets, like a fog, it will be formed outside the glass, and the water droplets are coming out from that one. What is happening? Before, when I took a normal glass of water, there is no change in that, but I added ice cubes to that particular water. What happens? The water gets condensed, and you can see the water droplets will be formed outside. And we all love winter. Winter mornings, when you are trying to observe, you can see that the fog will be formed outside. Early hours from morning 4 to 5, if you are seeing, you can see that white snow will be formed, and when you are trying to speak, you can see that some smoke-like substance coming out from your mouth. What are the conditions there means? That doesn't mean that from our mouth itself the water droplets are like that. Means the outside temperature is very, very cool, and but our body temperature will be warm only. You know that the body temperature, normal body temperature is 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. When you are taking like this, when we are discussing this one, what we can say that when I am ready to speak out in the winter mornings, when I am out, I can see that because of the outside temperature, the warm water which is coming out from my mouth, it converts, it mixes with this cool temperature, and a fog-like substance comes out from our mouth. We can see that when we stand near the mirror and when we blow the air to the mirror, you can see that also. What is happening? These all are the situations where the climatic conditions are condensed, where the air will be very cool at that particular point. We can see that situations. Here, what is the condensation? What we are talking in this, in winter season, how the climate will be very cool, like that. What is happening here? And afterwards you can see that the water vapor, little bit of heat was given to that one, it converts into droplets of water. I'll say for you, when we prepare, mommy prepares hot tiffin for you, and she just closed with that hot box only. You can see that heat, what it will happen, it converts into water vapor form. And after some time, you can see that water vapor slowly condenses droplets, and on the leaves we can see that fog will be formed in the form of a bubbles, we can see, and dew slowly drop by drop from the leaves. In winter season the water droplets will be formed. Before, what is the situation? The fog was on the trees, you can find that one. When the sunlight falls on that one, when the sun's rays falls on these particular leaves, the fog is converted into water vapor, and that water vapor in the form of water, it falls down. These all comes under the examples, these all comes under the example of condensation. Here, what is the process? The process of water vapor, the process of water vapor changing to water is called condensation. Once again, see here the definition. The process of water vapor changing to water is called condensation. So these situations when we can observe means here when the water from the water bodies because of the high temperature, it changes into water vapor, and this water vapor, what will happen? It forms the clouds. Then when these clouds will get condensed, yesterday we are talking about the clouds. So when we are seeing, when we can see it will rain means when in the sky, if you are ready to see the clouds only, you can see that we can understand that it may rain. We see when we are going outside, our parents will tell for us, carry the umbrella, it may rain. How can they guess that it will rain? Seeing the climatic conditions, okay, otherwise seeing the clouds. I already yesterday told for you. All the clouds will not form the rain. Only few clouds will. What is the color of the clouds? When we are seeing that they are white in color and some are grey in color. Then which type of clouds will form the rain? Means all the clouds will form the rain. Will the clouds move from one place to another? Yes. When we are coming to this point, yes, the clouds move from one point to the other. How? Through the wind. When the wind blows, the clouds moves from one direction to another direction with the flow of the wind. Then when these clouds will become, what is that? When they will be condensed. You have to understand when the cool breezes are touching. You know that when it is going to rain, we can see that before half an hour before, you can see that the climate becomes very cool. At that cool moment, you can see that the particular clouds, what are there? In this, what are present? Water molecules are present in this clouds. Did you understand? Water molecules are present in these clouds, and these water molecules, what will happen to them means, because of these cool breezes, they will enlarge. The molecules will become heavy in this clouds. The water molecules which are present in this clouds will become heavy. For suppose you see in cool times when you are thirsty, you are ready to drink 2 to 3 glasses of water. At that particular time, you will be when the cool air is touching you in winter season, you will be ready. I want to move out for washroom or something. What is happening? You have drink the water and it is disturbing you. You have to just leave that one. In the same way, what is happening when the cool breezes are touching these clouds? The clouds will become heavy. Did you understand? Means the clouds will become heavy means what is present in the clouds? Water molecules are present in the cloud. That water molecules, what will happen means they will bulge and they will become heavy, and the cloud cannot bear the water molecules in that one. And the clouds will get condensed with these cool breezes. and you can see that this is one cloud, this is one cloud. Then I told that they will move from one place to another. When this cloud is coming and touching this cloud, means the two clouds, when they are collided with each other, you can see that the cloud will burst and it will form into rain. All the clouds now, only the clouds which are totally dark grey in color, that particular clouds will form the rain. You have to understand here how the clouds will get condensed. When the clouds get condensed, what will happen? The water vapor in the clouds will change into water, and it forms, it changes into form of a rain. You can understand here at this particular point what is happening here. All the when the cool breezes are touching, the clouds will change into dark grey in color. At the time you can see the trees will move, where they will give a cool breeze for us also. At that particular moment, the clouds move from one place to another, and in all the situations, all the places you cannot find that it will rain. Only few places where the clouds are very dark grey in color, and the water molecules are present in that particular cloud becomes large, and the cloud cannot bear that water. At that particular moment, these two clouds will collide with each other and it rains. Did you understand how the water bodies evaporate, how they condense, how they form the clouds, and how it will rain? When we are coming to the next point, we are going to talk about the monsoons. So the clouds got condensed and it converted into rains. At which seasons we can see the wind direction will be in two directions. We can see that one. Okay, that is western direction and the second one is eastern direction. Okay, the wind blows in two directions, western direction and eastern direction. When we are coming to this, we are having two types of monsoons, that is southwest monsoons and northeast monsoon. Next one is northeast monsoon. See here, southwest monsoons and northeast monsoon. What is the southwest monsoon? Means when the wind blows in the direction of, if the wind blows to the western direction, if the wind blows to the western direction, then we will say it as a southwest monsoons. Once again, when the wind blows to the western direction, we will say it as a southwest monsoons. When these southwest monsoons occur? Southwest monsoons occur from June to September. Okay, southwest monsoons occur from June to September. Next, when the wind blows from eastern direction, we will say that it is northeast monsoons. When the wind blows from eastern direction, we will say that it is northeast monsoons. This occurs in the month of December to February. This is from December to February we will have northeast monsoons. This answer is very, very important. In how many directions we are having? We are having two directions, western direction and eastern directions. How many types of monsoons we are having? We are having two types of monsoons, southwest monsoons and northeast monsoons. Southwest, what is the definition of southwest monsoons? When the wind blows in the western direction, we will say it as a southwest monsoons, and this occurs in the month of June to September, and this here you can see it is the normal rains. If it is heavy, we cannot say, it may be converted into floods also, but natural rainfall, seasonal, summer, winter, rainy season, That rainy season will be this June to September, which we are saying that rainy season, winter season and summer season. Cyclic order what is coming, that is called as this southwest monsoons. In the cyclic order, the rainy season will be from June to September, and at that particular moment the wind blows in western direction, I can say for you. Next, northeast monsoons. When the wind blows in eastern direction, then we will say that that is northeast monsoons, and this occur in December and February. At this particular time, it is not the season of, we cannot say that from December to February it is a rainy season. We can understand when we are telling December to February, we can understand it is a cool winter season, but at that particular time you can see a cyclonic effects, not in all the places but a few places will be affected with this cyclones. Now got the point. What are the monsoons, what are its directions, and which months it will happen? Got the point? Next, as I said for you, what is that? We are having June to September we are having the rains, and December to February also we are having. And what are the uses of these rains? We told that the groundwater will be filled, it is used for agriculture purpose, and we told that the domestic activities like drinking, bathing, etc. for each and everything water is essential for us. Is it correct or not? Then sometimes we will have this fresh, we will tell the rainwater is pure and fresh. And do you know that we are having the earth, the 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. 3/4 of the earth is covered with of the earth is covered with water. In this 97, suppose if I am taking 100% of water, 100% of water, in this 97% of the water is 97% of the water is salt water, which we are getting from seas and oceans, which we are getting from seas and oceans. This 97% of water is called as salt water, which we are getting from seas and oceans, which is not at all useful for us. It is not used for agriculture purpose, it is not used for drinking purpose, means domestic activities it is not used, or even for agriculture purpose also we will not use this 97% of the water. The remaining 2% of the water is called as polar ice. With this is also means at the cooled regions you can see the ice will be converted into water at that particular time. When the water converts into ice, is it useful for us? No. So the 2% of the water is called as polar ice, which is not useful for us. And the last 1%, only 1% of the water is fresh water. Only the 1% water is fresh water, and this fresh water we are getting from the water bodies. We are getting from the water bodies like rivers, lakes, ponds, etc. See here, only 1% of fresh water we are having, and this 1% of fresh water also we are getting from rivers, lakes, ponds, etc. And this water is only useful for agriculture purpose, for domestic purpose, we are using for electrical purpose, whatever it may be, for electrical purpose, for agriculture purpose, for domestic purpose, we are using only this 1% of fresh water, and you must save the water, which is very important. See, 100% of water we are having also, only 1% of water is useful for us, which is a fresh water. So please, we have to save the water which are in rivers, lakes and ponds. But nowadays we cannot find these rivers and ponds because they are totally converted into buildings. They are removing these ponds and lakes and they are constructing the buildings and when we are taking the river water, we are polluting the river water. Even this one also we have to stop. And tomorrow we will go with did you understand the pure and fresh water, and this is 97% of salt water, 2% of polarized and 1% of fresh water. Tomorrow we will continue our class with the water cycle. Okay, thank you.